Hey guys, so for some reason my GoPro doesn't allow me to take videos right now, so I'm just gonna take I'm gonna review this through my phone, and then I'm gonna have to do an on-screen recording for the gameplay, which means you won't be able to see the controller itself while I'm playing, but I will be using it and I will be talking about how it works while I'm playing the game. Anyways, I got this controller about 2 months ago ish, and I'm not gonna lie, it hasn't been as great as I thought it was gonna be. It was worth $50, which is a lot of money. But I figured since it allowed me to do things that other people can't really do on mobile, and since it allows me to have actual like buttons and stuff like that, I thought it was worth it. Come to find out, it is not really that worth it. So the way it works to begin with is you need to download this really bad app that basically puts like these buttons on top of the buttons that you're going to be using on your game, and then when you press like A, for example, it triggers the button that's on top of the virtual button that then triggers the button that's in the game that you're playing. So that's how they kind of get around being able to use that's how you get around being able to use a controller on PUBG or COD Mobile. It doesn't work that great though. Controller support would just be a lot easier to use. However, the build material and the way this thing feels actually really surprised me. I've held a Nintendo Switch, and me personally, I'm not a big fan of it because I don't like the smallness of the handles and stuff. But for this one, adding this little like bump right here makes a complete difference. Like you can actually hold it pretty comfortably, right? This is like I really like this. I prefer these over the Switch controllers. I don't know what they're called. But yeah, I greatly prefer this. It also expands a lot, like a lot more. I really thought this wouldn't fit the Razer Phone 2, but it does. And it fits anything just a little bit bigger than the Razer Phone 2. On top of that, I really like how it looks with the Razer Phone because if you guys don't know, the Razer Phone is like a box kind of shape. Instead of having like a roundish edge, which makes it look a lot better because if you see this, you know how this is like all squared? It kind of makes it seem like it's just one device when you put the Razer Phone on it because there's like no edges and stuff like that. But when you put a phone like any other phone, the edges look like it doesn't look like a one device when you have other phones. It just looks like you have a phone on a mobile controller, which is what it is, but it just looks a lot cooler when it all just comes together and it looks like a device. And again, it's because the regular phones have this little curve and you could see like a little dip right here in each edge because of the curve. But yeah, that's kind of like more of a Razer Phone advantage over, and it's not even an advantage; it's just something cool. You also have these triggers, which are super cool super like comfortable to click. Like these sound great. One of the problems I do have though is that I downloaded the preset for PUBG Mobile, and you know, PUBG Mobile and COD Mobile have like almost the exact same like presets, I guess you could say. But for some reason, this button, R1, isn't anywhere on the preset. You know how I said that you need to have the buttons on screen, like the fake buttons from the app? Yeah, it doesn't let you use R1 because there is no R1 button. You can do R1 and up or R1 and down to make it activate like one button, but there is no like just R1 button, which kind of sucks because to be honest, the triggers don't work as good, at least my unit. I don't know, it could be completely different. But for my unit, these two don't really work that well together. So what I want to do is I wanted to try these two out, the top ones. And I can't do that because I can use L1, but I cannot use R1, which is really upsetting because I really wanted to do that. Plus, I'm more of like a PS4 player. I like to use the top ones. Either way. Oh, another thing I don't really like about it is the sticks, like the joysticks or whatever. They're really small, and the travel space is kind of tiny, which means that you have to be incredibly comfortable and incredibly experienced with these to use them. Other than if you're not, it's just not gonna work out. Like you know how the controller is like a little bit bigger, it gives you more space to kind of make errors or more space to kind of travel a little bit more precise. But this one, the space is really low. Another thing I will say a positive about this is that this connects incredibly quickly to my phone. My headphones, my little earphones or whatever, take, I don't know, maybe it takes less than 10 seconds or whatever to connect. This one connects like that, like that. It connects instantly, which is a really nice thing. And I don't have iOS, so I don't know how that works. I don't know how fast that one works, but I do have Android, and for Android, it works pretty well. When you're charging it, for me, when I charge it, the little red icon here that indicates that it's charging pops up for like a minute, and then it turns off, which is really bad because I'm not sure if that means it's charging the controller or not. I don't know if it's a unit problem again or if it's just a problem with them. It's the I didn't even say the name. It's the Beboncool controller. To be honest, the packaging and stuff doesn't seem super professional, so I guess that's kind of like it's kind of like a bargain whether or not it's going to be good. And in my case, I don't think that price was worth it. That bargain was really worth it, or that risk was worth it. Which, like I said, kind of sucks. I was really excited for it. I did use it on PUBG for a little bit. And actually on PUBG it worked a little bit better than it worked in COD Mobile. However, in COD Mobile, the biggest problem I have isn't the joysticks. It's the triggers. For some reason, if you're aiming, sometimes when you hit the trigger button, it will cancel the aim and you will just start hip firing with your weapon, and it's just gonna activate this one. Or another thing that happens to me also is you activate the aim, or you hit L2 and then you hit R2, and instead of shooting, it just cancels the aim and it doesn't even shoot. So you're basically not doing anything. So you basically click this and then you click this, but then this cancels this, and because this is canceling itself out, it also kind of cancels this one out. So you're kind of just standing there looking like an idiot. Other than that, there's nothing really else to say about the controller. I mean, the buttons are really nice. They're nice. I mean, I don't know. They're whatever. The D-pad, I don't really like, to be honest. But, yeah. So, because my GoPro didn't allow me to record, like, my phone with my phone on this thing, playing it, I'm just going to have to show you on-screen footage, which really sucks. I did want to take the video of it, but, I mean, I guess I can't do that. Anyways, in my opinion, I do not recommend you buy this. I don't. For me personally, I have these like little quad triggers. I also have just normal triggers for my phone. Those work way better than these. And one of the main reasons why is because the sticks are very hard to be accurate with. Forget about the triggers and stuff like that. Maybe that's just a default or a defective unit. But the sticks themselves are so small and so kind of difficult to use that you're just better, using the on-screen kind of feature to move around, and then just having the triggers, the mobile triggers, like on top of your phone for you to hit. So yeah, like I said, I don't recommend. Oh, another thing is the edit and the view button for me doesn't work half the time. I need to wait, or I need to click it a bunch of times for it to work. And the view button kind of shows you where all the little preset buttons are when you download the app. For example, when you download PUBG, it's like, hold up, let me see if I can do this on screen. It's like X is like right here where this finger is, and then like A is over here and stuff like that. When you hit view, it lets you know where those buttons are, and when you hit edit, you can pick that button up and you can move it wherever you want. And it's kind of hard to explain. I'll just show you on screen right now, okay? That's probably, if it works, if the edit button works. If it doesn't, I don't really know what to do. The the R3 and L3 buttons are cool. They don't really serve that much of a purpose, I guess. But like I said, it's basically going to be it. I don't recommend this thing at all. And let's jump into the gameplay. Okay, so the very first thing we have to do is we have to go change the settings. I'm going to play a quick multiplayer match so I can show you guys how it works. This is my preset for my quad controllers. Let me change it really quick. Okay, so I changed it up. I got rid of some buttons I don't even need. But now this is basically what it looks like. Kind of the same as PUBG. Another thing I forgot to mention is, for some reason, this controller is just pissing me off day by day. The X button doesn't work. So that means I have to reload by touching the screen, which kind of defeats the whole purpose of having the controller. But right here, look. I'm going to hit aim, which is over there. And then trigger is over here. Right. Now, of course, since you're using the controller, you get the luxury of being able to. Oh shit, not bad. yeah, you get the luxury of being able to make these really small, which obviously helps you out, and you can also darken them or make them clear so that you don't really see them on the screen, right? There you go. They still work. I don't know if you guys can see it. It kind of turns yellow when it says that you trigger them. So we're just gonna leave it like that for now. I don't really mind all these buttons. It doesn't matter. Now let's go find a match. So because it's just like a quick little review thing, I'm just gonna play some bots. And because, like I said, the triggers don't work that great, I hate playing this in actual multiplayer. You just get wrecked. Watch, you guys will see what I'm talking about right now when the match starts. Oh, there it is. Okay, so there you go. This is working. I'm not touching the screen at all. I'm using the controller. Okay. There are certain things that you are going to have to, touch on the screen. Like, for example, the score streaks, you need to touch those. Switching your weapons, you need to manually touch those. You need to do a lot of things with just using the screen. Let's go. Let's see how this works out. Oh, there he is. See, like, that's exactly... Oh, that's right. I can't reload on screen. Oh, and now I'm frozen. Okay, that's great. There you go. Okay, that time it actually worked pretty good. It didn't do the old strafing thing. Unfortunately, since the X button works every time that I'm reloading on screen, for some reason it doesn't let me move. Do we switch? I'm not too sure. I never play against bots. I don't know if we switch. I don't know if we switch sides or not. Oh wow, it's actually not doing that thing that I was talking about, where it cancels out the aim or whatever. Hold up. Wow, it'd be a lot nicer. Oh, there it is. It was doing the thing. Okay, yeah, that's basically one of the forms. What happens is it kind of aims in, and then when you're about to shoot, it aims out. Okay, UAV. I need to manually touch the screen for that. So sucks. One thing I wonder though is I don't know why they don't just take like the same, I guess you could call presets from like old Call of Duties and just use them on this one. It saves you a lot of time and makes the game infinitely better. Oh, there it is. It canceled. That was the one where I was talking about how you aim, you shoot, and it cancels out the aim and the shoot. Unfortunately. Okay. And yeah, hands down, the hardest thing to do in this is kind of like move and aim correctly, since the things are really small. Oh, there it is again. Oh. Oh, okay, that was it. Yeah. So just a quick little game. There wasn't really much to show, especially since it doesn't work that great. Oh, what is this? Okay. I'm not gonna question that, but sure. Either way, I hope you guys enjoy the video. Like I said, save your money. Don't buy this. This is kind of a waste of money. Um, just buy the mobile triggers. I think mobile triggers work way better. Obviously, with the sensitivity and just the triggers in general, like I said, you are gonna have to obviously take up space on the screen, but I would rather take up space on my screen and have something that actually works great than to just use a shitty controller. That's just my opinion.